Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my transfer plans for Game Week 18 and also take a look at how I got on in Game Week 17. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what are your plans for the next FPL Game Week, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, Game Week 17 went really well. I finished on 95 points, a Game Week rank of 473,000 exactly, and we have now had a green arrow up to 255k in the world. So very happy about that. Solid Game Week. There were a couple of issues that I now have to address in terms of like Saka and stuff like that. The Cunha situation, but either way, let's break down how we got on points-wise. So yeah, 95 points. Raya picking up 3 points there. Annoying to concede there. I was really hoping that they would keep a clean sheet, but unfortunately not. However, though, they both technically got something because Raya made enough saves to get a save point, and then Gabriel got a assist as well. Did pick up a yellow card, which was a little bit annoying. But all in all, 7 points isn't awful. I mean, 12 points would have been nicer, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, since they conceded, at least they both got extra points than they would have done it. At least it wasn't just like a 4 points, both blank. So, not the best situation, but they've got Ipswich at home next, so hopefully they can rectify that, get me a clean sheet, and everything will be all good. Colwell picking up 6 points, finally getting a clean sheet from him, so very happy with that. Everton just don't concede, man. I don't even know. Like, if anyone plays Everton, I'm probably just not going to captain them unless they're called Mo Salah, because I don't know what's happened, but Dyche football is back. They just cannot concede. It's a bit ridiculous. But yeah, Colwell, from my point of view, that game just went absolutely perfect because Palmer blanked, which obviously was another heavily captained player, and then Colwell got the clean sheet. So I was very happy about that. Colwell basically matched Palmer captain, so I was very happy with that. And then Robinson, who was my transfer in this week for 8 Nori, picked up 6 points, was on 7 points. They did rob him of that bonus point. Again, I've spoken about this countless times throughout the season. I think the bonus point system now is completely flawed. I don't think they should be able to change them at the very last second. I think it's just a little bit silly. Again, once they're locked in for that day, they should stay like that. It has hurt me this season, it's benefited me this season, but I think all in all, it does need to just get changed and reverted back to what it used to be, because this new method is just silly, because you don't know your final score really until the last bonus points are set in. Like, you could get 3 bonus and then it could get changed to 1 and you've got nothing to do about that. So it's really annoying. But all in all, the back line and the goalkeeper, not too bad, really. What, I got 12, 16, so 19 points between 4 players. Not too bad. So yeah, very happy with that. In midfield is where it kind of all went wrong, but also all went right. Obviously, Salah, 21 points. A ridiculous swing this week if you did Captain Palmer. Especially because Salah was so highly owned. I remember talking about it in my team selection video. I said, because Spurs play that such a high line, there's going to be goals in that game, and I think Salah is going to have a great time. And he did. I mean, he got 2 goals, 2 assists, max bonus, absolutely unreal. But yeah, the swings this week were absolutely insane. So if you did go Palmer over Salah, it's a rough one. I did it earlier on in the season. It's a horrible thing, but luckily on the right end of it this time. But yeah, it sucks. It really does. Again, it's one of those things. Like, Everton, it is an okay team to attack, but I think now, because of how defensively solid they are, I think you just have to kind of avoid captaining those players against them. But either way, Salah's got Leicester at home next week, so I think everyone's just going to give him the armband regardless. The annoying one was Saka, really. Just before that Ipswich at home game, I think Saka owners have been really hard done by, especially if you brought him in after the 18-point haul, which he got a few weeks ago now. Yeah, he got that in Game Week 13, so I brought him in that game week. So I brought him in and he got 18 points. And since then, it's been blank after blank after blank, and now he's injured his hamstring, so he's probably going to be out. I think the reports that he's out at least over like the Christmas holidays and stuff like that, if it's hamstring. Like, I think this was originally the one that he got during the England game, and then he kind of was brought back, injured it again, brought back, and now he's injured it again. So I think he's probably going to be out a little bit longer now just to properly sort that hamstring out. So I think he's just an immediate sell now. But I think, yeah, if you brought him in after the 18-point haul, you've just been really unlucky, because his expected goal involvement's been really good. Like 0.89 against Everton, it got no returns. You know, 0.20, 0.29. It's really unfortunate. I feel hard done by as a Saka owner, and it's just like the options are so scarce now as well. We'll talk about it in the transfer portion of the video, but there's not really that many players that are looking all that appealing. So it's really unfortunate that that's happened, because obviously Mbeumo was another player I was thinking of getting rid of, but now I've got 2 midfielders I potentially need to replace. It's not great. But yeah, the Saka injury is really annoying. He will be gone this week. I'm not 100% sure who I'm bringing in. There's options, which we'll talk about, but it's not a great player to get an injury, really. But yeah, Saka only picking up 1 point, and Mbeumo picking up 2 points as well. I mean, as a Forest fan, absolutely ecstatic to be winning against Brentford away from home 2-0. But also, Mbeumo, very unlucky not to be involved in a goal. You know, expected goal involvement at 0.58. He was putting those balls in the box like it was crazy. So he was unlucky not to get a return. But, you know, as a Forest fan, I mean, hey, it's another 3 points. We've stopped their win. They've stopped their win streak at home. You know, the sky's the limit at the moment. But either way, so yeah, the midfield is absolutely nothing apart from the Egyptian King bringing home 42 points. And then up top, it's gone really well as well. Isak with a hat-trick, a big 17 points. I brought this guy in, I think game week 16, and he's got me 28 points in 2 game weeks. It's silly. He scored 4 goals and got 1 assist in 2 game weeks. I'm loving this guy. What an absolute pick. Because obviously it was him over Trent, and Trent did get the assist, but Trent's had like 5 points over the last couple of game weeks. And Isak's had 28. The swing there is insane. So very, very happy I brought Isak in now. And yeah, hopefully he can just carry on. Obviously the fixtures do kind of take a little bit of a turn. You know, Villa at home, United away, Spurs away. They're not great, but I'm not getting rid of Isak. He's been absolutely insane. Cunha is basically, this was his farewell tour, I think. If he isn't banned for United, I'm going to keep him. But I highly doubt he makes it to Thursday and gets to play. So unfortunately, I think I will have to get rid of him. Again, back-to-back 9-pointers. Very, very happy with that. I mean, if he was out, I would have brought in Wood, and he only picked up 2 points. So yeah, very happy that Cunha wasn't banned in the end. Obviously, would have loved him to have been banned this week because Rodgers would have come in off my bench. But it's only a 5-point difference, so it's not the worst thing in the world. And then João Pedro continuing just to blank, man. He's not been great. I brought him in against Southampton. He's had 2-5, 2-2-2. It's one of those things, like, they just go on a ridiculously good run. You bring them in, they just do nothing. It's really, really unfortunate. But yeah, the team this week, 95 points. It could have been a lot more, though. The bench is a painful one to look at. 21 points sitting on my bench this week. If I'd bench boosted, I would have broke 100 easy. Would have been a ridiculous bench boost. But the Rodgers one, it's a little bit unfortunate. I was never going to play him, though, so I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I was always going to play João Pedro and Mbeumo over him, and I was always going to play Cunha if he wasn't banned. And even if he was banned, I would have brought in Wood for him. So I'm not going to say if he wasn't banned, I would have had Rodgers play, because I wouldn't. Wood would have come in. So it's one of those things. 95 points, though, you can't really argue with that. It's a really, really good game week for me. So yeah, really nice green arrow up to 255k. Let's take a look at the transfer plans, because as I said, Saka is looking like he's out. Obviously, there was that video of him on crutches. The information is that he's obviously done his hammy again, so he's got to be a player that leaves, really. So he's going to be gone this week, and I have 2 free transfers. So I've got 2 free transfers, and I've got 3 issues in my team. One issue is I don't have any Liverpool players, barring Salah. So that has to change. So I'd love to go for another Liverpool attacker, but you just can't guarantee the minutes. I think Diaz would be perfect, but with Jota back now and stuff like that, I just think that the minutes are a bit of a rotation risk, especially over the Christmas period as well. I'm a little bit worried about that. So I don't know if going for another Liverpool attacker is the way forward, because apart from Salah, everybody's just, a rotation risk. So I think if I'm going to bring in a Liverpool player this week, it's going to be for a defender, and I have 2 free transfers to do that. However, though, my third issue is Cunha. So Cunha is potentially going to get banned. If he doesn't, I would love to play him against Man United at home, because I think that's a great fixture for him on penalties. Wolves look really good under the new manager. United's just lost 3-0 at home again, back-to-back home losses, I think that is, in the league. So yeah, I would love to keep Cunha this week, because that would allow me to get rid of Saka, and then it'd allow me to get rid of a defender as well and bring in either a Virgil van Dijk or a Trent or something like that. So that would be the most perfect situation. The only thing is, who do you replace Saka for? There's literally no options. I'm not a massive fan of the Ødegaard pick. A lot of people are just going straight to Ødegaard, which for me is not great. Like, you get the Ipswich at home fixture, but after that it's, you know, it's 2 away fixtures, and it's Spurs at home, the North London derby, and then it's Villa at home. They're not really appetizing fixtures, and yeah, I mean, Jesus is also another option, but he could easily get rotated. Like, because Saka's out, I don't think I'm going to go near another attacker. So, because of that, that kind of takes Arsenal out of the equation. Obviously, Son is someone that a lot of people are looking at. They've got the Wolves at home fixture, which looks quite nice. Forest away, I think, will be quite a difficult fixture for Spurs. I think Forest will definitely win that game. And then they've got Newcastle at home, then Arsenal away, Everton away, which we've spoke about, very good defensively. Leicester at home, Brentford away, very good at home. I just don't know. I mean, he's on penalties, which is great. I just don't really know if he's a player that I want to go near. The other option, obviously, is Bruno Fernandes. But again, you've got the Wolves away fixture, Newcastle at home, Liverpool away, Southampton at home. It'd be nice because he's a 90-minute player that you know is going to start every game, and he's on penalties and stuff like that. So I do see the upside there, but also Man United just are not very good. I mean, he was unlucky not to get something, an expected goal involvement at 0.86. So maybe it might have just been a bad day at the office. I haven't seen the United highlights or anything, but it looked like Bruno was very, very close to getting something. And to be fair, if I do go Bruno, I will be able to transfer someone out like Colwill and bring in Virgil van Dijk. And I'm not a massive fan of keeping Colwill, to be fair. Like, the fixtures are okay, but Fulham at home, I think they concede. Ipswich away, that could be a game they concede. And then Crystal Palace away, I think they concede. Bournemouth at home, I think they concede. And then they have Wolves at home, which they might keep a clean sheet. But for me, I don't think it's a necessity to have Colwill anymore, personally. I'd much rather have Virgil van Dijk. I mean, I don't have to even make the transfer for a Liverpool player this week anyway, because I can easily just play Gabriel, Kirkes, and Colwill. Like, I have my back 3 there, and they've all got alright fixtures. So that's obviously something to kind of think about. And also, like I say, the Cunha situation as well. Like, if I get rid of Saka this week and Cunha is also banned, I'm not going to take a hit for a Liverpool defender, because to get rid of one of these players doesn't really make sense. Even though I could bring Trent in this week, I could do Fernandes in, I could do Chris Wood in, and then I do actually have enough money to bring in Trent. I just have enough money to bring in Trent if I did get rid of Colwill. I have 0.1 in the bank. So I could do that, but that would cost a hit. But like I say, if Cunha's not banned, I'm just going to start him. So in a perfect world, Cunha's fine, and then I can just use my 2 transfers to bring in maybe Bruno Fernandes and a Liverpool defender. But if Cunha is out, then I'll have to use my 2 free transfers on Saka, who's not going to play, and then Cunha, who also is not going to play. So I have to get rid of the players that are generally not going to even be in the squad before I get rid of players that have a home fixture against the team they might potentially keep a clean sheet in. So yeah, it's a tough one, really. I mean, the Saka one is... I'd love to know your Saka replacements if you have him, because it's really a tough one. The other one is obviously Phil Foden, who... I mean, it's one of those, like, he's been so hit and miss. Like, the fixtures are so good for City now, but they've got Everton next, and Everton just don't concede. And then they've got Leicester away, West Ham at home. His minutes have been a tiny bit better, but it's such a small sample size, like over 2 weeks. Over the Christmas period as well, is there going to be a lot of rotation? Obviously, they've had injuries and stuff like that. He did look very, very good against Villa. Well, I say very, very good. He looked pretty good against Villa. But like I say, it's a player that I need to... I don't think there's enough information there for me to take that punt, because I don't want to use a transfer to bring him in. He can go and get benched, then I have to use another transfer to... You know what I mean? It's just not worth it. Whereas I can bring in someone like Bruno Fernandes, who's on penalties, going to play 90. Fixtures are so-so, but he can always nick a goal anywhere or an assist. So I think I'm more likely going to go Bruno Fernandes, but it's still like... It's just a rough one, man. He's the worst player to have gotten injured, because I just have no... I could always just downgrade him completely to a Semenyo or a Iwobi or a Enzo or something like that. But I don't know if I really want to do that either. So yeah, that's going to be my situation. Obviously, it's a midweek deadline this week, so we'll hopefully get a couple bits of information. But either way, that's where I'm currently thinking at the moment. But if you enjoy the video, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment. What are your Saka replacements? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.